How do I find a new job? How can I make a career change? And the biggest question of all, can I really find a career that I love? Hey, my name is Jen Smith, and I believe career success doesn't have to be at the expense of living a radiantly happy and healthy lifestyle. As a former HR leader and recruiter turned career coach, I get what companies are looking for when hiring top talent. What that means for you is an unmatched combination of insider knowledge and the best kept secrets about making heart-based career changes and navigating the ups and downs of job searching in today's world of work. Whether you're a recent graduate navigating the job market for the first time or a seasoned professional ready for a career change, this show is for you. So grab your coffee or your kombucha, pull up a seat, and get ready to be challenged and inspired to move beyond your self-doubt and take the right next steps towards landing a career you love. Because you deserve a long, radiantly happy and healthy career. This is the Flourish Careers Podcast. Hello, and welcome back to the Flourish Careers Podcast. I'm Jen Smith, your host, and today we are continuing our series about cultivating luck in our careers by diving deep into LinkedIn, where luck isn't just a roll of the dice, it's a calculated strategy. As we discussed last week, luck is not just good fortune. It's about turning preparation into opportunity. And in our careers and our job search, LinkedIn is a secret weapon. So you can cultivate luck or serendipity in your career by being an active participant and seeing the world with an open mind. And what better place to connect with people all over the world with a click of a button than LinkedIn? Now, I know there's a lot of talk about resumes and LinkedIn and which one is more essential in the job search. I've read a ton of articles, participated in polls, attended webinars, and some experts go as far to say that LinkedIn will replace resumes. Now, as a former recruiter, I agree that LinkedIn is more important than your resume. Here's why. First, it provides a comfortable and easy way to connect with other professionals virtually. So, for example, if you want to work for, let's say, Salesforce or Microsoft, you can hop on LinkedIn, search for people that work at those companies literally in probably 15 seconds, and you can connect with them or find something in common and start a conversation. My favorite stat about LinkedIn is that 3 people are recruited every minute on that platform. And did you know that recruiters use LinkedIn as a search engine? So there's a tool called LinkedIn Recruiter where companies can pay for special access and seek out professionals for all the roles that they're recruiting for. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that today. But when it comes down to it, when your profile is finely tuned, it becomes a magnet of opportunities working for you even while you sleep. And think about that. When it comes to your resume, you usually have to actively hand it over to someone or upload it into a system and hope the reader notices it and your potential. But your LinkedIn profile is a little bit different. It's almost like a landing page. You can get noticed by potential employers simply by using the platform. So you never know, by sprucing up your profile and using the platform, your next big opportunity could be just one click away. So today I want to share 5 insights and a bonus insight about how LinkedIn can bring luck to your job search or your career change. So first and foremost, kind of what I mentioned earlier, the easiest way to cultivate luck using LinkedIn is to do company research. So LinkedIn provides an informal opportunity for you to learn more about a company before you even apply for the job. And it lets you go a step further by letting companies know you're interested in working for them. You can learn a ton by following a company and their leaders on LinkedIn. You can learn so much more than what's posted on their website. So when you're job searching, the last thing you want to do is waste a ton of time and energy in the process. And we all know how that goes. You're updating your resume, you're rewriting a cover letter, you're prepping for an interview, you're going through multiple rounds of interviews, you're negotiating a salary, and you finally get the job. You want to make sure it's a good fit. Because if it isn't, you're back at square one. And trust me, I hear these stories all the time. So why not use your LinkedIn feed to your advantage? You can identify your top companies, click the follow button so new updates, including job postings, appear in your feed, which is a really easy way to stay up to date and learn about a company. You can even take this a step further by following key leaders at those companies and learn more about what they talk about and what they share. Now, this is different than sending a connection request where you have to send a request, they have to accept it, and I know a lot of people get nervous about that. This is just a simple follow, and it allows you to see their updates in your feed. You can also sign up to get alerts when a new job is posted. So very simply, just by following companies and their leaders, it's a great way to research companies and let them know you're interested in working with them. Now, the key here is that you have to find companies that you want to work for, or at least you think you want to work for, and follow and engage with them. If you don't know how to identify companies you're interested in, I do have an episode dedicated to finding your top companies, and I'll add that to the show notes. So another way that LinkedIn can bring you luck to your job search is that you can scroll strategically. So kind of like what I mentioned earlier. And we all know in the digital age, scrolling has become this ubiquitous pastime. And it's how you choose to utilize it that can significantly impact your job search. So on one hand, we probably have all been there. There's doom scrolling, which is really describing mindlessly scrolling through social media feeds, often inundated with all kinds of negative news and distractions. This habit can totally drain your energy and your precious time. On the other hand, there's what I like to call strategic scrolling. So on LinkedIn or any other social channel for that matter, depending on the industry you're interested in, every scroll can be an opportunity for growth. So you transform your scrolling into a productive and purpose-driven activity by strategically engaging with relative content, connecting with professionals in your desired field, and staying informed about industry trends, especially when you curate your feed with content from your ideal industries, companies, and leaders. In the context of a career change, opting for strategic scrolling on LinkedIn can help you gather all kinds of valuable insights and discover opportunities that align with your new path. So essentially, this is a conscious choice to make the most of your online time and scrolling and leverage the platform to advance your professional goals. So when you scroll, your feed is jam-packed with information about industries and companies you're looking at and that you want to engage with, and it makes your time on the platform much more fun because you're learning and gathering information about places you might want to work. Now, to take that a step further, you can proactively engage with decision makers. So here's the thing. For most job seekers, when a new posting pops into their feed, most people just use that easy apply button to apply for a job. And it's super tempting. I get it. But LinkedIn can be much more than that. So you can kick your strategy up a notch and add a dash of luck by proactively engaging with decision makers. So now that your feed is curated to organizations and leaders that you're interested in, start liking or commenting or sharing on those posts. This will get you noticed. It helps to break the ice and it can invite a gentle introduction versus cold emailing somebody or just randomly applying for hundreds of jobs online. So let me share a quick story. In my last corporate role, I was hiring for a coordinator position on my team. Of course, I wanted to find the best fit for the job. So the first thing I did was share a few posts on LinkedIn to inform my network that I was hiring and what I was looking for. Then I noticed a job seeker who began to engage with my content. She left genuine comments on my posts and recommended that open role to others in her network. So she's helping me recruit for this job. After a few of these interactions, I took a peek at her LinkedIn profile. She actually had a lot of the skills that I was looking for, specifically around data and analytics. Although she didn't have the actual work experience, this simple interaction led to an interview. And this interview never would have happened if she had just clicked apply and submitted her resume because she didn't have the exact experiences. But because she engaged with me, was interested in our organization, shared the role trying to find the best fit, I saw opportunity and potential in her and invited her for a conversation. So she generated luck by proactively engaging with me on LinkedIn. So here's another story for you. Julie launched her heart-based career plan into the sports media industry by strategically curating her LinkedIn feed to highlight posts related to sports journalism, broadcasting, all things sports media. So this simple step allowed her to really just immerse herself in industry-specific information every single time she logged on. She started engaging and sharing insightful articles. She actively participated in discussions and ended up capturing the attention of a lot of seasoned experts in the sports media sector. So through these efforts and curating her feed and strategically scrolling, she learned about events and conferences and people that everyone was listening to in this space. Then one day, she came across a post about a prominent sports network that was seeking a journalist who had an understanding of broadcasting, and that was Julie's background. So she had proactively contacted this senior editor through LinkedIn, letting them know of her genuine interest and shared her story about how she wanted to transition into sports. This editor invited her into the interview process. She went through a very rigorous interview process, but ended up landing the job. And so this story to me is really compelling about how using this platform can really revolutionize your career. So I always say, if you're going to spend time scrolling, you might as well make it worth your time. Okay, so far we've talked about 3 reasons why optimizing your LinkedIn profile or using the platform can bring luck into your job search. You can conduct company research and let decision makers know you're interested in working for them. You can use your scrolling very strategically to curate your feed and stay up to date on what your top companies are sharing. And you can proactively engage with decision makers. This is a very light lift and easy way to cultivate conversations. So now I want to explain a little bit more about how recruiters use LinkedIn as a search engine. So did you know that companies pay for special access for their recruiters to use LinkedIn like a search engine? Just like you as a job seeker can upgrade your LinkedIn membership to premium for those additional features, companies can do the same. So here's a couple of those features and benefits that LinkedIn Recruiter has. And I want you to understand this from the recruiter side so you can use that to your advantage when you're on the platform. So LinkedIn Recruiter provides search filters and advanced search capabilities that help recruiters narrow down their candidate pool based on things like location, industry, skills, interest in the company. So there's a I'm interested button on companies' about pages on LinkedIn. So if you go to a company, say Salesforce or Microsoft or whatever it is, you go to their about page on LinkedIn, they could have a button that says I'm interested. If you click that button, that lets these recruiters know you're interested in their organization, and they can filter by people who have clicked that button. There's also a feature in the job preferences section where you can let recruiters know you're interested. Also, they can also search by the number of connections you have with their company. So the more people you connect with at your top companies can increase your chances of being noticed and a recruiter reaching out to you. Recruiters can also create and manage talent pools, so basically lists of potential candidates inside LinkedIn Recruiter, which helps them build a pipeline for future job openings. LinkedIn Recruiter allows multiple recruiters in one company to collaborate and share candidates and profiles. It also offers recommendations to recruiters based on the job description and the criteria that they're looking for, which makes it easier for recruiters to discover potential matches. So when your profile is up to date, they might match you for one of their jobs. So knowing all of that, here are a few things that you can do to maximize your profile for lucky recruiter outreach. First, let recruiters know you're open to hearing from them by sharing your career interests privately. So there's in the job features section, you can let them know which types of jobs, what location, what industry you're interested in. Because recruiters can filter their search based on company connections, the more first-degree connections you have at your top organizations, the better. So go ahead, reach out to people and connect. That's what the platform is for. If the company has that I'm interested button on their company page, click it. This allows recruiters to know you're interested and they can filter for that in their LinkedIn Recruiter platform. You can also share your resume with recruiters on LinkedIn by uploading it in the Jobs tab. So when you log into your profile, there's a Jobs tab and you can upload your resume, which will make it really easy for someone to take a look at your LinkedIn profile and your resume and reach out to you for a discussion. Also, interacting with your top company's content, doing things like following the company page, liking, sharing, commenting on those posts will help you show up more when those recruiters are doing searches. The more active you are on LinkedIn, the more you'll be identified as someone interested in a new role and show up in those searches. It doesn't have to be a ton of time. And I always like the idea like using your wait time. So in between meetings, or if you're just waiting in line somewhere, pop on the platform. And again, if your feed is curated, it's really simple just to like or comment on a couple things. Literally 30 seconds, 1 minute while you're waiting in line somewhere can help you cultivate luck in your career. Lastly, as you probably know, LinkedIn is your online career portfolio. It serves as a landing page where you can showcase your achievements, projects, and you can show off your potential to employers. What I love about LinkedIn is that it's not limited by space like a resume is. So it offers you a dynamic platform to curate all your professional accomplishments. It's visually appealing and it's very easy for people to digest your history. LinkedIn lets you list your accomplishments in a really structured format. You don't have to worry about designing anything like you do on a resume. You can include awards and certifications. I actually love the featured section on LinkedIn where you can showcase a project that you're really proud of. Speaking of projects, there's an entire section on LinkedIn for projects where you can provide detailed descriptions of things that you've worked on. You can include the goals, you can talk about your role and the results that you achieved, and you can also link to things. So I love that the feature enables you to upload a PDF or a video to showcase your hands-on experience, and it really allows employers to engage and see what you can bring to the table. You can share links to articles, you can upload presentations, anything that you want to show off that showcases your skills and abilities. Storytelling on LinkedIn is really impactful, so your profile lets you tell a professional story. You can think of your headline like a newspaper headline to grab the reader's attention. I see a lot of people that just have the headline default to their job title, which really doesn't tell me a whole lot about someone. So use that space strategically, grab someone's attention, and then use the summary or the about section to share more about your motivations and your interests and your goals. This is especially helpful for career changers. So by crafting a compelling narrative in your about section, you can help people understand why you're transitioning into a new role or an industry. And then, of course, there is keyword optimization. So I recently talked about this on one of our group calls, that LinkedIn profiles are searchable by keywords. So by strategically incorporating relevant keywords related to your desired industry or role can increase your likelihood of your profile appearing in search results. So you can be very thoughtful about the words that you use on your profile. I say this all the time. I really, truly believe words matter. So finding the key words that are related to you and that describe you in your career, as well as where you want to go in your career path, can be really impactful. So the bottom line is that your LinkedIn profile offers a multifaceted representation of your professional path, which makes it easy for potential employers to access your information and know what a perfect fit you are going to be for the job. Optimizing your profile using the platform creates a lot of luck in your job search. Now, one more bonus that I wanted to share here. One of the coolest things about LinkedIn is its global reach. Think about it. You can touch base with professionals around the world with a click of a button. There are so many diverse connections out there that you can meet, different industries, backgrounds, geographic locations. You get to meet people with unique insights and different perspectives, and that information is so invaluable throughout your career. I love that you have access to global companies. There's so many multinational corporations that use LinkedIn, and they recruit talent worldwide. The cultural awareness it presents for us. So you can connect with people from all different companies and cultures and countries and gain so much exposure to different cultural norms and business practices and market dynamics. And that exposure can be so beneficial if you're ever looking for international opportunities. So I just think LinkedIn is such a cool platform, and it goes beyond just using that easy apply button when you are searching. So we covered a lot today, my friends. We've explored the world of LinkedIn, where luck isn't just the roll of a dice. It's a well-planned strategy. Using the platform for company research that you don't find on their website can be really beneficial for finding organizations that are going to be a fit for you. Transforming your scrolling into a productive and purpose-driven activity by strategically engaging with relevant content, connecting with professionals in your desired field, and staying informed about industry trends, especially when you curate your feed with content from ideal industries and companies. Take it a step further and proactively engage with decision makers. Knowing that recruiters use LinkedIn as a search engine, ensure your profile is optimized with keywords and showcases your best work. LinkedIn provides an easy way to connect with professionals all over the world. Using it as a strategic asset and as a lucky charm will help you attract new opportunities. So that's a wrap for this week. As always, you can find the detailed show notes on the blog at flourish.careers/blog. Thanks again for tuning in. I'll talk to you next week.